Adrian, ADHD, a topic we haven't spent much time on, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So what were some of your takeaways?
Well, typically, and I'm glad you were pushing at the beginning, because when we think about ADHD, we think of somebody who's distracted all the time or can't focus. And there's so many ways that ADHD is manifests in people. And I liked what Shell was saying. Look, if you're unhappy in your job, you just hate routine situations, something's driving you crazy, think about this. There may be something to this, that maybe you do have ADHD. And I like what she's saying. Look, for anybody with, and some people say 10% of the population, think then what you're naturally attracted to, because you're going to be better at that. You're going to be more engaged. That's a good place to start.
Yeah, I appreciated the fact that she said, look, and take a deep dive. What is your desk like? What's the environment? What about the lighting? And, on the East Coast here, one of the big factors in job satisfaction is how long's your commute?
Yeah.
How often do you have to be live in the office or virtual and so on? So getting down to that kind of detail, I thought was really helpful. My biggest takeaway was, as she summed it up in the end, look, if you're not happy in your job, find another job. Find out what really makes you happy, and that money cannot be the driving factor. If that's your only hygiene factor, that you just desperately need the money, you're going to be unhappy for a long time.
Well, one thing they found is people with ADHD overwhelmingly end up self-employed,
right?
As she is, and that's a huge part of the population that employers can't access, because instead of maybe changing things up a little, asking, hey, if you are a little neurodivergent, how can we best work with you? And as you say, maybe it's, I want to be in the office less. I need to have good lighting. I need a little privacy now. Whatever it is, are there some little things we can do to make our workplaces a little bit more conducive to getting some great talent?
Yeah. And the key to all of that is you've got to be really brutally honest with yourself. We tend to maybe skim over things or make excuses. Those voices she talked about that influences so much, be a doctor, be a lawyer, or be a failure, whatever those voices are telling you is really important too. So you've got to be brutally honest with yourself. What is it that really, lights my fire, that gets me excited to go to work?
Yeah. And what is it that drains me? And what do I need physically? What do I need, kind of mentally, culture-wise, et cetera? It's okay to let people know this is how I do my best work, and to let yourself know. So I think that was good. If that's one big takeaway from this, is that makes everybody happier, but especially if you are, on the ADHD spectrum at all, be more introspective, be more honest with yourself. Don't make money a factor, because you're not going to be happy doing it. She's right. You'll burn out within a few years. Pursue your passion. So really important.
And I'll tell you, the one person in our lives that is never draining and is always encouraging and accelerating, I think we'd have to say, is our producer, Brent Klein.
I was going to say the Dalai Lama, but okay, I could see Brent. Yeah.
Brent, Dalai Lama. It's kind of 1 and 1A.
It really
for me.
is. Yeah.
But we'd like to thank him for taking our podcast and making him sound wonderful. Christy Lawrence, who of course finds these amazing guests for us, and for all of you who listened in. You could be doing a lot of things, and you gave us your time today, so we really appreciate that. If you like the podcast, please share it with friends and family. We'd also like to have you visit thecultureworks.com for some free resources to help you and your team culture thrive. But what else would you leave with people here today?
A couple of things. First off, please pick up a copy of our book, Anxiety at Work. If you haven't, it's going to help you and your team thrive and build resilience. And we love speaking to audiences around the world, virtually or in person, on the topics of culture, leadership, teamwork, resilience, all these wonderful things. Give us a call. We'd love to make your event just amazing, wouldn't we, Chess?
Absolutely. We've got an online course, Anxiety at Work. Our books are on Amazon, digitally, Audible, even on Lit Video Books, which is a fun new platform. And of course, as you're stocking your bookshelf, don't forget Unlock Your Career Path, a course for ADHD adults and teens by our new friend, Shel Mendelson. It's been a delight to be with you, as always, Adrian, and I always give you the last word.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Until next time, we wish you the best of mental health.